The first people to live in the Americas came from Asia through Alaska, about 30,000 years ago. During the last ice age, when much of the world's ocean water was frozen into huge glaciers and ice sheets, there existed a strip of dry land between Asia and Alaska, in an area that today is covered by ocean. It is believed that wandering tribes of hunters crossed this land bridge into America. They were following herds of animals which they hunted for food. For the first Americans lived by hunting and gathering, which means they obtained food through hunting or fishing, and by gathering wild plants they could eat. These hunters and gatherers were not yet civilized. Civilization began after a very important shift in the way they got their food, the shift to farming. By about 6000 BC, some people began to raise certain wild plants as crops. Farming or agriculture allowed people to settle down and live in one place. They no longer wandered over the earth in search of food. They settled in villages and raised crops. Of these crops, one was destined to become the most important of all, corn, or maize as the Indians called it. The development of civilization in the New World would be based on this plant. As people settled down to farm, they began to build permanent houses like this one. And as more people took up farming, villages grew into large towns. Agriculture and living in towns are the first steps toward becoming civilized. Living in settlements with plenty to eat, people began to have more time. They began to have enough time to make beautiful things. Artisans became adept at working with clay, wood, and metals. Art is another sign of civilization. Other marks of civilization are social organization, trade, and a knowledge of math and science. And finally, civilized people usually have a written language.